Hey, Context Sickness. Today I'm going to do a video that's a little bit different from the usual rants that people partake in, okay? Or no, not people. I partake in quite often. I'm not gonna lecture you about, like, what you should be doing about the new music scene and all that crap. It's mostly about I want you guys to have the confidence to play music. And that's such a strange thing to say if you play the guitar, but okay, here's something I'm sure many a guitar player, even me, even yours truly, and I don't give a fuck anymore, but like, back in the day, Guitar Center, right? Like, you go to the Guitar Center and you play the guitar a couple of years. You think you're hot shit. You know how to play those pentatonic licks. And then you go to Guitar Center and you're like, where's the G? And I don't think it's because anybody's bad at playing the guitar. It's mostly that I think we, at every turn, I'm just like looking at, I don't know, the latest cringe compilation marathon, and it's kind of thinking, like, why do you need to do this? Come on. People have enough self-confidence issues as it is. Okay, and you don't need to bring any of that crap into the world of music. Don't bring that shit here. Okay, music is, you are making music for you. Maybe other people, if you like, if you care about them or whatever. But this is what I'm trying to say. You are making it because it's what you want to do. For yourself, for others, whatever. And, well, why do you have to feel guilty about doing that? Like, I don't get it, but I've seen a lot of people I've taught, a lot of people I've seen around have confidence issues to the point where they can't show up to play their gigs, and it's more annoying to me that you flake out and play every other show well than you consistently show up and mess up a couple notes. I don't care, dude. Much less in a place like fucking Guitar Center, okay, or your YouTube channel. It's your freaking domain, okay? If I like your music, I will listen. If I don't like your music, I just won't. If you want pointers, I can point you to a good direction. I think I have enough experience to do that. But what I'm trying to get at here is that the first tool, and it's a very important tool outside of music, is to roll with the punches. And I don't mean like, oh, you have such thin skin nowadays, artists nowadays, SJW crap. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, be happy that you can express yourself, and be happy about the fact that you are learning, and try not to think that you're not talented or gifted enough to do it. Here's the thing. Like, the only talent that I think matters is the fact that you can keep playing even if you suck. That's the only talent that is necessary to be a good musician, is the talent to fuck up. And a lot of people don't have that talent because that's been bred out of our minds, because getting a low score in math is a bad thing. Getting a low score in science is a bad thing. Well, it's not a bad thing if you study from those mistakes and get an 80 next. You know what I mean? Like, if you get an F, well, get an A next, or try to get a C next, or whatever, right? You work your way up. That's how I did it with, my studies, whether it was music or just stuff that happens in life or anything academic or philosophical. You keep on working on yourself. Okay? It's like growing something. Having a green thumb isn't about the fact that you are the world's most knowledgeable gardener. It's the fact that you show up every day to water the plants. You will get a better result if you just go out there and water the plants versus having all the botanical knowledge necessary to make the most exotic of crops, only to not have the confidence to show up every day. Which is worse? You know? You can have all the talent in the world and still not show up to the gig, and nobody's gonna give a shit. At least if you fuck up, they're gonna remember it. They're gonna remember your name. Especially if you do something that is striking, if you do mess up and you own it. Like, the greatest guitar, like, the guitar gods of the years of yore, like, I don't know, B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Guthrie Govan. These people who, like, you see, or whatever, like, people who break their strings, they make the best solos of their entire career sometimes that way. Things are contingent upon messing up sometimes. That, like Arto Lindsay from the band DNA, his whole style is that he can't play the guitar. And it's one of the most memorable things I've seen because he has the ability to own it and roll with the punches and do what he wants to do. That's what I'm saying. That's the only talent you need to do, is to fucking show up. Get in front of your instrument. Play it. Be happy that you're playing it. Be happy that you can share a little piece of your brain with other people. That's, it's just about the most fun thing you can do once you get used to it. And a lot of people just fall to the wayside because either they don't have the patience to get better at it, or they just don't have the confidence to keep going at it. And I think that's really sad because there's so many people who show really promising signs that they're going to be a good musician down the line, and they just don't know where to go. Partially because they, hinder themselves from taking that step. And I think that's terrible, and I think a lot of the community should take a more active role in trying to nurture these skills than trying to kind of one-up each other on this great dick measuring contest, Like, if you see, I don't know who inspires you as a guitar player. Let's say you love Hendrix, right? You listen to Hendrix, and often I see comments like, "Oh, I'm just gonna quit guitar now." I'm like, why? If anything, shouldn't it inspire you to get better at your craft? And, I don't think that it's very healthy that you have a mentality like that when you see a rock star and you just think, oh, I can't do that. Some of the best music I think I've written, or people have written, I think, is somebody listened to something and they're like, oh, I could do better than that. And you need to think like that. You have to. You should. You are special, my friend, and you can play things that only you can conceptualize. Well, unless you're like some kind of boomer blues lawyer, generic number 27305, whatever. Not the point. Even if you are some fucking boomer guitar player, learn something new. Be confident enough that you can learn something new instead of being like, oh, that is just too stuck in my old ways. That you might as well quit music because you're not doing music. At that point, you're just creating kitsch, my friend. Pseudo art meant to appease the masses. So if you're bent on expressing yourself, please put your heart into it and don't be afraid to show that.